Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and as some of you may know, I have been riding for a bit over a year now, and I've had some pretty good progression in my first year, mainly because one of my friends has been skating for over 16 years and has basically taught me everything there is to know about skateboarding. And in this first year, I've learned a lot of things that I should do and also a lot of things that I shouldn't do, and I've learned a lot from my mistakes. So today I'll be telling you guys the 10 biggest mistakes I've made that have helped me back from learning new tricks and becoming a better skater. And before this video starts, leave a comment down below and let me know how long you've been skating for and what trick you're trying to learn right now. Also guys, if you haven't checked out my merch yet, please check it out. Link in the description down below. Shop. It's fireest merch in the game right now. For real, check it out. It's love it. I love it. Support me. Support the channel. Sorry, I had to plug. I had to. I'm sorry. I don't like doing this, but I have to. I'm sorry. I quit my job for this. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I quit my job for this channel. Yeah, so let's get right into the video. The first mistake a lot of beginner skaters make is learning tricks stationary. Whenever you watch somebody else skate or any pro skate, they're always moving, they're riding their board the way you're supposed to be. So learning tricks stationary really slows you down because you're not used to riding your board, and if you're just used to doing an ollie or a front shove or maybe a kickflip, just when you're standing on carpet or maybe in like your backyard or something, or in a crack, or maybe you have those like little wheel stoppers or whatever on your wheels, it can really ingrain some bad habits into your skateboarding. So instead, you should try to learn all your tricks moving. The second mistake I've personally had a lot of trouble with is squaring my shoulders with the board. I'm not sure why, but whenever I used to ride my board, I used to like move my shoulders forward. Like I would look in the direction I was moving, and with that my shoulders would also move. And that's a really big mistake because whenever you're doing any tricks, even like simple ones such as ollieing, you will have your hips rotate because your hips kind of follow your shoulders, and it's a really bad habit. So when you start skating, always make sure to just rotate your head and not your shoulders. Just keep your shoulders square with the board, and by squared with the board I mean like having your shoulders be exactly where your feet are. So you don't want to have your shoulders move too much in front, you don't want to be leaning backwards either. You want to have your shoulders perfectly straight and your head tilted to the side and looking where you're going. The third mistake that I've also made, and almost every single beginner makes, is not bending your knees enough, or not bending them at all. This is the most common reason why most people fail the first time they drop in. It's usually a combination of them leaning back too much and not bending their knees enough. When you're skating, you want to have a relaxed posture, which lets your legs move freely. If you're bombing a hill really fast and your board starts to speed wobble, you will fall a lot quicker if your legs are stiff than if they're relaxed and kind of bent a little bit. If you haven't paid much attention to the way that your legs are bent, you should go ahead and just try bending them a bit more than usual and kind of see how your skating improves, or maybe it gets worse. It depends. You just kind of gotta get used to it. But overall, having your legs bent a little bit more than you're used to will most likely improve your skateboarding. Another really common mistake that a lot of beginner skaters make is just learning a trick and then moving on. The best example for this is obviously an ollie. For example, if you just learn ollies on flat ground, you should go ahead and try to do them maybe when you're going faster or maybe going a little bit slower. Or you could also learn how to do an ollie over an object or onto an object. Just do it as many times as you can in a row and just keep trying to get it over and over again so your muscles remember the exact movement that it takes to do an ollie. By expanding the ways that you can do a trick, it'll help you get better at it, and it'll help you get more comfortable riding your board. The fifth mistake that a lot of skaters make is just focusing on one area of skateboarding. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering what I mean by that, and what I mean is like just doing kickflips all day. Like in the previous tip, I told you guys that you should learn your trick and just do it over and over again until you can do it pretty much every time. But also, you don't want to do that trick and have that be the only thing you ever do. A really common mistake that a lot of other skaters have, which I luckily didn't have because I started off longboarding, is they don't learn to ride their board just riding it, They don't learn to like bomb hills in it. They don't learn to just ride in the street. If you're starting off skateboarding, it's probably a good idea for you just to go and ride your board and not really focus on tricks for a while. You should definitely learn how to stop and how to power slide before you even think about doing ollies or kickflips or whatever trick you're dreaming of getting. For me personally, I started longboarding about like 4 years ago, I'd say, and because of that, I learned all the basics there is to know about skateboarding. I learned how to push, I learned how to stop, I learned how to power slide, front slide and back slide. and it overall just taught me a lot of general knowledge that I probably wouldn't know if I just started off skateboarding without ever being on a board. So if you guys haven't really gone out and actually ridden your board without like being in your garage or being in your room and practicing whatever trick you're trying to learn, go ahead and just ride it. You know, you don't have to always be learning a trick. That's not what's going to ultimately make you good at skateboarding. You want to get used to being balanced on your board. You want to get used to going over cracks and going over rocks without falling, because a lot of new skaters can't really do that, and it severely stunts their skateboarding progression. Another common mistake that a lot of very like passionate beginner skaters make is just skating too much. Yes, it is a thing. One of my best tips for anyone would be just to skate every day, but there is a limit to how much you can skate. If you skate too much right away, it can lead to a lot of bad things. For example, you can get injured because your body is not used to skateboarding. When I first started skating, I was skating a lot, and my feet developed a lot of blisters, and because of that, I couldn't skate for weeks because I had to let my feet heal. And whenever I tried to go skate with blisters on my feet would just get destroyed more and more. So you really just have to take your time with skateboarding. Don't be doing like 6-hour sessions on your first day. That's just gonna exhaust you, and it might even unmotivate you. But you know, if you really want to do it and you just don't care, go ahead. Just make sure you're not actually hurting yourself, you're injuring your body, because that was the ultimate thing that will stop you from skateboarding, and you cannot do anything about that no matter what. So if you're a beginner and you hurt yourself, you should probably just take a break, take a little rest, see how bad the injury is, and then if you decide that it's okay, you can keep skating. Or if you decide that, you know, maybe I should just tone it down a little bit, I don't want to keep getting hurt today, just assess the situation and like see if you can keep skating that day. And if you can't, that's alright. You know, you can just go home, watch some of my videos, and then skate another day. Another common mistake that almost every beginner skater makes is just skating by themselves. Now, I understand if you just got into skateboarding and you don't have any friends, or you don't know anybody else that skateboards and you have no one else to skateboard with, you should really go out and just try to have one of your friends start skateboarding with you, or you know, maybe meet somebody at the skate park and just become friends with them, and always like hit them up before you go to the park and skate with them together. Because when you have someone there for you that can spot you for all your tricks and, you know, hype you up if you're trying to land something they've never done, it really makes skateboarding a lot more fun. And it also decreases the chance of you getting burnt out on skateboarding, which does happen. If you just skate every day and you just can't get this one trick, you might get tired. But if you have someone there with you that can, you know, spot you and just motivate you to keep on going, you know, chances are you're probably going to be able to land that trick, because they're going to help you with the things that you don't realize you're doing wrong. And you know, it'll just be overall a way more fun experience. Skateboarding can be a very mentally draining sport, especially when you can't land something that you really want to, and having someone there to help you is just one of the most important things in skateboarding, I think. If I hadn't had one of my best friends with me skateboarding all the time, I probably would have quit by now, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. So it's one of the most important things, and it's one of the things that I think most skaters overlook the most, especially new skaters. But yeah, if you guys are new and you just can't find anybody, maybe like leave a comment down below. Maybe some of you guys are from the same city and you guys can link up in the comments. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can find like new skaters that want to skate with somebody. Just online forums, Reddit, Facebook groups maybe, or if none of that works, you can just go to your local skate park and just befriend some people that are new there, or maybe even some better skaters. I know it may seem really intimidating, but honestly, skaters are just people like you. They're not really that scary, and even though of course there are going to be holes here and there, you know, just don't take yourself too seriously, and just give everybody else respect, and they'll give it back to you. It's really as simple as that. The next mistake I see a lot of new beginners make, and that is not skating with proper skateboarding shoes. If you do not skate with proper skateboarding shoes, a variety of things can happen. You can either mess up your shoes really quickly, which is probably the most common thing that happens. If you don't have skateboarding shoes, they just tend to wear really quickly, and whenever you ollie, like the side of the shoe just gets worn out instantly, or the shoelaces just get torn up. The sole of the shoe could even get torn up. What's even worse though is if you have a shoe that has a metal part on it or something like that, it can ruin your board by like scratching the grip tape up, and it's just a really big mess, and you don't want to deal with that. So Definitely try to save up a little bit of money and get a skateboarding shoe. The shoes I personally prefer are the Vans Pro skateboarding shoes. They're really comfortable and they also last a really long time. That's all I ever skate, and I've never had any issues with them. They've lasted me like 6 months each, and I could still probably use them if I wanted to. They're just really worn out. Aside from that, you know, some Nike SBs always, you can never go bad with those, but they're a bit more expensive. Lakais are also great. Just, you know, look around. I have a list down below. You can click on my Amazon like recommended stuff for all the shoes that I recommend you guys get. So if you guys want to check it out, it's in the description down below. Now, the 9th most common mistake that I see is probably the most painful one. It's horrible, and that is neglecting your skateboard. I've seen so many videos and just people neglecting their skateboard, especially like when they're like beginners and they don't really know what they're doing, and it just hurts, you know. It just hurts to see it. They're either riding in the rain, through puddles, or just through dirt or in like mud, and they're like stepping on them from the mud to the skateboard, and it's just just stop. So overall, on a monthly basis, try to clean your board at least once. Definitely take out the bearings. It's the easiest thing to do. Just take them out, clean them, and then put them back in. It'll help you ride a lot smoother, and it'll just feel a whole lot better whenever you ride your board. If you really want, you can also take out your bushings and flip them around. And if you really want to go the extra mile, you can just go ahead and clean your grip tape as well, even though it won't really affect the way that your board rides or the way that your grip tape is grippy, I guess. Now, if you guys are just hearing this and your board is like totally destroyed, well, it might just be time for a new board. Or if you've just been riding one for a long time and you have a lot of razor tail and it's just an old board, it's probably time for a new board. And if you guys are looking to get a new one, I recommend you guys go to our sponsor today, cow7.com, and buy yourself a new board there. Cow7 is a legit skate company that has its own team, and they sell boards that are high quality but also not too expensive. And every single time you guys buy a board from there, I get a small commission from it. So not only are you getting a great product, you're also helping me out. So if you guys want to go ahead and get yourself a new board, check out cow7.com in the description down below and buy yourself a new skateboard. Now, last mistake a lot of beginner skaters make is skating without a goal. If you're gonna have a goal set every single day when you go skate, then you're really not gonna progress as fast as you would if you did have a goal. For example, if you're just trying to do one trick and you're trying to get it down by the end of the day or by the end of the session, there's a way higher chance that you're gonna learn that trick than if you just go in there and just do whatever you feel like. Skating with the goal is the ultimate way to keep progressing in skateboarding and keep on learning more tricks, and that's what's really kept me skateboarding, and I think that's the best way that you can progress and the fastest way that you can progress in skateboarding. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. It really helps me out a lot. And leave down a comment for any future video ideas you have. And if you're new to this channel or you've seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. What are you doing not subscribing? I'm going to have more videos about tips in the future. I'm going to have more entertainment videos about skateboarding. So there's tons of stuff coming in the future, and you don't want to miss out on it because I'm going to be trying to upload weekly from now on. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to let you guys know next time I upload. Anyway, that's all I have for now, and I hope you guys have a good day, and see you next time.